Hello everybody, it's me, Tuxedo, and today we're going to be reacting to a few videos from the one and only My Story Animated. Make sure you guys go check them out, and make sure you all like and subscribe to them. And also, while you're at it, make sure you like and subscribe, turn that notification button, and comment down below what I should be doing next. Okay. So the first thing we're going to be doing is double double da. My wig got snatched in school. This looks the less craziest.
To protect
Let's
city
get straight
services
into it.
and keep Kansas City moving forward, we must vote yes to renew.
There.
Hi, my name is Charlotte, and recently, my darkest secret got revealed. Well, I'm not sure if it's that dark, but it has always made me feel ashamed of myself. My
Okay.
problem started to develop at the age of 13, when I was going through lots of problems.
Oh no.
Dealing with my parents, friends, schoolwork, and all got me under too much pressure. And my way of dealing with it was the most disturbing thing you could think of.
What?
I started pulling out my own hair. Yeah, you heard me right. I'm just like the old crazy lady in movies that uncontrollably keeps pulling out her hair. But unlike the
That's
movies,
bad.
my problem is real and very serious because I can't stop doing it and it's making me go bald. While stopping this habit might seem for some people like a simple thing to do, for me, it's the hardest thing in the world. In fact, I've tried to stop several times, and it has been nothing but a series of failed attempts. The thing is, whenever I pull out my hair, I instantly feel like I'm getting the stress relief I need, and it feels so satisfying. I somehow start to think better, and I get a feeling.
Wait a minute, what? Okay. Ripping out your own hair. And it's gonna make you feel better. Okay. We're only 1 minute and 20 seconds in. This is already getting crazy.
That everything is under my control.
It went from the prettiest girl to an ugly bald one.
This annoying and shameful habit has
title.
resulted in me going bald, and it became my worst nightmare. I thought about it day and night, and ironically, it was stressing me.
Oh my! Who knew that? I definitely didn't think that would happen. Wow! That's unexpected. Woo!
Out so much that it caused me to pull out even more hair. Not only that, but before my problem with pulling out my hair started, I was one of the prettiest girls at my school. And people always complimented my looks. But now, I hardly feel pretty anymore. I hide my bald spots with a hat or a hoodie, and I wear baggy clothes that don't draw attention to me. I walk around school with my head down.
Yes, all I need is eye holes, an arm, legs, and that. No way to breathe. Perfect, just the bottom.
Purposely try to keep a low profile because it makes it easier to hide my insecurity and
that's even
never
worse.
Talk about it to anyone. Until one day, my parents called me in my dad's office and it was time to discuss my issue. Even though they were my parents, I still found it hard to open up about it.
Oh,
but they were very patient with me and kept trying until I finally spoke. I ran into my mother's arms as I started crying. I told her that I feel like a bald freak and that I'm very embarrassed from.
She seems pretty happy about this.
My problem.
Yes. Finally. I take back my throne as prettiest girl in the town.
My mother comforted me and said that she and Dad will make sure I overcome this. They then suggested that I start going to a special therapist who offers help and treatment to trichotillomania. Also, as a temporary solution, They said they would buy me a good quality wig that looks like my natural hair. I was so happy.
Wow.
Everything my parents offered seemed to ease my problem and make me feel better. And I was very excited about getting a wig.
Yay.
Shortly after, my mother and I...
Oh no, she went from having at least a few pieces of hairs to just...
It make me feel better.
Boom. Complete baldness.
My mother and I went to the hair salon and chose a wig that matched my real hair color. I put it on and looked at myself in the mirror. I could hardly believe what I was seeing. I was amazed. I felt like I finally started to get my old self back, which made my eyes tear up. I knew that the next day at school, I will go in there with my head up high and will walk around with confidence for a change. The next day,
happy ending.
I woke up feeling
or is it? Boop, boop, boop.
Really enthusiastic about going to school. I wore my wig and put on some nice clothes, and when I got there, I noticed I was turning heads.
Just jumps. Oof, misses by a centimeter.
Enthusiastic about going to school.
Yes.
I wore my wig
puts on
and
the
put
wig,
on some nice clothes.
Walks to school.
And when I got there,
somebody's like, whoa!
Noticed I was
turning heads.
Missed. As everybody was looking at me and thinking how beautiful I am, or perhaps how different I looked. However, my happiness did not last long, and it was too good to be true.
Oh no!
Some of the snobby girls, like Jessica and Ashley, started gossiping about me. And soon enough, there was a rumor going around that I was wearing a wig. I tried to ignore that negativity and went on with my day. But Jessica and Ashley wouldn't let it go.
How could they tell?
At lunchtime, both of them came up to me and started asking all kinds of questions that had one goal.
What's 1 plus 1? 21. You're stupid. No, I'm not. Okay, let's try another one. What's 10 plus 9? I know. It's 9,999 billion. Wrong.
To embarrass me in front of everyone. They were like, "Wow, Charlotte, your hair looks gorgeous. What kind of product do you use for your wig? I mean,
I use Nunya.
Hair.
Perfect product."
And they were laughing.
Because it's none of your business.
Hysterically. I felt so uncomfortable and just wanted to leave the scene. But when I started walking in the opposite direction, Jessica screamed, "Where do you think you're going?" And she grabbed my wig and pulled it towards her. I froze in my place as I felt my wig coming off.
Oh no.
And suddenly everyone's eyes were focused on me. I could feel everyone staring at my semi-bald head with shock. And at that moment, I wished I could just disappear from Earth. But also, I was fuming with anger. I looked at Jessica and Ashley, and I wanted to kill them. Without thinking, I quickly grabbed 2 large juice cups and poured it all over their heads.
Yes. Mr. Harry Houdini helped us again.
Then everyone started laughing at them and saying that they deserved it. As for me, even though I was upset about being exposed in front of the school, I later realized that it wasn't as bad as I imagined it would be. In fact, many people came up to me after this incident and expressed how brave they thought I was, and that each had their own insecurity that they were hiding from the rest. Eventually, this experience has taught me that no one is perfect.
Happy ending, she got her hair back.
And we all deal with our own issues in secret, thinking that others won't accept us the way we are. Because of that, we must always keep in mind that we all go through similar struggles, and making fun.
My pictures got leaked. Oof. She eats cash? Oh no! I don't think that'd be nice. Okay, so let's see what other ones we can find. My mom sent a message that was meant for someone else. I stole a hacker's phone. Yep, this one seems amazing.
Are you ready? Ready
Let's
for
see
that
what
person
happens.
or place or feeling? Whenever
Hi, my name is Liz.
Irony. By the way, this title is irony. Hackers steal people's stuff, and oh no, a hacker's phone got
See.
stolen.
I'm a pretty ordinary girl, to be honest. I do quite well at school, have a kind family, and a great group of friends. One of my closest friends
Yeah.
is called Amanda, and I haven't known her for very long. She only moved to the school about 6 months ago. But from the first time we met,
Yeah.
we got on so well that we now spend loads of time at school together. Her
Okay.
family lives over on the other side of town from mine, so
Wow.
we can't really meet up after school. But we make up for it by sitting by each other every day at lunch. One day, we had an assembly at school. Mr. Harris, our ICT teacher, stood up at the front and told us about
ICT.
how important it was to keep our information safe online, to stop
Yeah.
people hacking into our accounts. He said that hacking was becoming more and more common, and
Yep,
that people
that's
could
true.
end up having lots of money stolen. He said that your password shouldn't
true,
be your
that's true.
birthday or your pet's name. I was a bit ashamed because my Facebook password is my cat's name, Snowy. After the assembly, we headed towards the cafeteria for lunch. I was looking around for Amanda, but I couldn't see her anywhere, which was weird because usually we would stand in line together. I got my baked potato and sat at our usual table. About 10 minutes
potato.
later, looking a bit flustered, Amanda ran over with her lunch. "Are you okay?" I asked her. She nodded as she quickly ate her potato, checking something on her
no.
phone at the same time. This was odd in itself. We weren't supposed to have phones at school, and
Yeah.
although most people usually ignored the rules and did it anyway, Amanda usually stuck to them. When I asked her what she was looking at, she said she'd realized she'd forgotten her history research we'd been given for homework, and that she was asking her mom to email it to her. I didn't know if I could ever remember Amanda forgetting her homework, but I guess we all have off days. Amanda was acting a bit strangely for the rest of the afternoon. She told me that the assembly we'd had worried her about her internet security and that she was scared that somebody was going to steal her passwords. I was relieved that nothing more serious was happening.
Maybe.
I said that she didn't need to worry,
Could happen,
that
could
my
happen.
password, especially my Facebook one, wasn't very strong at the moment. But I thought it would probably be fine.
Yeah, that's why you have to take it to the gym. Double.
Seemed to make her feel a bit better. She changed the subject, saying that she was getting a new cat on the weekend, and asked me what my cat's name was. I told her it was Snowy, and we spent the rest of the lunch discussing names that she could call her cat. That evening, I was doing my homework on my computer and browsing on my Facebook at the same time. I came across a funny video of a cat drinking from the kitchen sink, and I was about to click like when I realized that I had already liked it. How could that be right? I was sure I'd never seen that video before. Maybe I'd just accidentally clicked on it while scrolling on my phone? Another strange thing was that all the adverts and recommendation videos were for computer software, which is stuff I'm not interested in and never look at. I probably would have just brushed it off, but I kept coming across open messages that I hadn't read, and there were a few people who I didn't know who had requested to be my friend. It was all little things, but it freaked me out. After the assembly today, I was worried that somebody had hacked my account. I suddenly remembered telling
friend.
Amanda my cat's name and my passwords were easy to guess.
Yes, it's your friend.
If I listen to Logic,
Not sponsored.
I wouldn't be me.
But surely Amanda wouldn't do that.
It's
She was my
Amanda.
friend.
It's Amanda 1,000 times. Why would she ask what's the cat's name specifically? It's Amanda. Then she would have just said, "Oh, what's a good cat name?"
It must just be a coincidence. I
No.
decided to change my password to something much more secure. The next day, Amanda was acting a bit more normal, so I was glad that I hadn't jumped to conclusions about her.
But at lunch, she started asking me quite a lot of personal questions, like when my sister's birthday was or what was my mom's middle name. Although I was sure that this must still be a coincidence, I told her all the wrong answers, just in case. Only a few hours later, I started getting emails saying that an unknown device had tried to access my Facebook account, and did I recognize it? I hadn't even logged into Facebook, so I clicked no. Then I got another one saying that I had been locked out of my account for too many incorrect password entries. That was when I knew that it must be Amanda.
They predicted it from the first time because she asked specifically her cat Snowy's name and stuff.
I was pretty shocked, to be honest. Amanda and I were good friends, and I just couldn't understand what she wanted my Facebook account for. I wasn't sure what to do. Should I confront her or just ignore it? I decided not to mention it, but to try and secretly find out more about what Amanda was up to. At school, we sat together at lunch like normal, but after school, instead of walking home, I hung back to follow Amanda to the bus stop.
That's kind of creepy. Just a bit creepy. If anybody saw you, they'd be, that's suspicious. But yeah, that's a little bit sus. Creepy. Like just watching
stop where she caught her bus home. I didn't want her to see me, so I stayed behind a group of tall guys from the year above as we walked along the street. Amanda walked into the corner shop next to the bus stop. I snuck in and hid behind the next aisle so I could watch her. I jumped as the shop door opened again. It was Ashley, a girl from our year who used to be my best friend until we'd fallen out a few months ago. Luckily, she hadn't seen me, although I was nervous about what I would say if either of them did. Ashley was still friends with Amanda, so she said hi, and they started chatting. While Amanda was choosing some chips, Ashley was scrolling through her phone. "That's weird," she said. "Facebook is saying I've watched a video on computer stuff, but I've never seen it." I gasped. That was the same video that it kept saying that I had watched. Amanda must have been hacking Ashley's account too. As if to confirm my
double hacker
suspicions, I saw Amanda smiling guiltily behind Ashley's back. As a bit of background, Ashley and I fell out over something really stupid. Someone posted on Facebook that they were giving away a free ticket to a Taylor Swift concert as they couldn't go. And I posted before Ashley that I wanted the ticket, and so I got to go to the concert. Ashley says, though, that she commented on the post before me, but her post disappeared. So she blamed me for somehow deleting it. We never talked it through.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
She just stopped talking to me. It suddenly occurred to me now, though, as I was hiding in the shop, that maybe Ashley's post actually did.
Wait, yeah, baby. Wait, they have been friends for a while. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to get
deleted. It wasn't like Ashley to make something up like that. Could Amanda have hacked in and deleted the comment? The more I thought about it, the more I realized that it must be true and that I had to tell Ashley what I'd discovered. That evening, deciding not to risk using Facebook, I ran up to Ashley and explained everything to her. To my surprise, she agreed with everything I said, saying that she suspected Amanda too.
You know when you're getting ready in the morning and you wash your face, and then you need to brush your teeth, but your face...
No.
Together, we hatched a plan to get revenge on Amanda. It was so nice to have my best friend.
Okay, sometimes she appears nowhere, sometimes she appears
back. In math the next day, I caught my chance for
revenge.
Yeah,
see, look. She was like... And now look, she's just like 10 times bigger.
Amanda went to the bathroom near the start of the lesson, and I pretended to drop my pencil on the floor. While picking it up, I slipped my hand into her bag and got out her phone. I did the same thing later in the lesson, but replacing her phone this time. That night, Ashley came over to my house so we could admire my work. We sat on my bed with my laptop and smiled as we saw that Amanda had gotten what she deserved. Do you want to know what we did? I had written a confession post on Amanda's own Facebook page, pretending to be her, saying about how she had hacked into loads of people's accounts because she wanted to steal their boyfriends. and about how she was proud
That's
of herself for being so smart. She definitely won't be hacking anything anymore because nobody will trust her enough to tell her anything about themselves. I learned from this that my teacher, Mr. Harris, was right. You should really be careful who you trust with your personal details.
See, that's Cap. Okay. I think we have time for at least one more video. Let's see. Okay. Yep. This one's definitely the most. Wait
Hi,
a
I'm
minute.
Sam, and I was only 12
So
when I
let's
solved
watch
a
it.
murder. You see, my dad is the sheriff of our small town, and around
Somebody's got-
here
Ooh.
is a local hero. As expected, he is also my personal hero and role model. So,
He's
it's not a
Captain
surprise to
America.
anyone that I want to be a cop just like him when I grow up. My mum doesn't
Cop.
appreciate it much, but she also doesn't much talk about it. For me, being a real-life cop has always been my fantasy. I read books a lot. Mystery and crime novels are my favourites, and on many occasions I try to figure out who the killer is right from the start of a mystery novel. Most of the times, my guess is accurate. But I know merely solving crimes in novels doesn't make me a cop. Little did I know I would have the chance to solve one in real life at a very early age. One day something unusual happened in our small town. There was a murder and the whole town was in shock.
Oh my
16-year-old
God.
Jane had been killed in her own house, right in her bedroom, and everyone was talking about
Wait a
it.
minute.
In my small town, everyone knows everyone, and news here travels really fast. Not much happens around here. Just a few burglaries once in a while, and the petty criminals get busted almost every time. Someone getting killed was unheard of. These people needed answers, and the cops were under a lot of pressure. I was terrified when I heard the news. Why would anyone kill Jane? She's one of those kind and cool girls who's loved by everyone. I couldn't grasp what happened. My dad was really confused about the murder. He had not had to investigate a murder for a very long time. He was sincerely concerned about the safety of the people, and the fact that a killer might be on the loose really ticked him off.
Oof.
My dad and his best friend, another cop at the police department, had been working on the case for some days. They have been digging for answers and clues to unravel the mystery, and they were getting really frantic because they couldn't find any hint. I knew how frustrating the situation was for my dad, but what I couldn't understand was what would a teenage...
Guys, if you want me to finish this story, now leave it down in the comments below, and let's get this video to 3 likes. I know that's a lot. 3 likes, and I'll finish this story and do another story plus a quarter of another story. Yep, that's how we're gonna be doing the My Story animated series. So see you all in the next one. Bye!